So the track is hot, the banshee roar of 100 horses sandwiched between 8,000 cubic centimeters of engine space fills the air, and the smell of burnt rubber permeates the atmosphere with its rich aroma. Hi guys, I'm Darren from Critical Hit, and right now we're about to have a look at MotoGP 19, because let's be honest, there is no event like that sport on the racing calendar. It is a season of glorious, dangerous two-wheel speed thrills that see some of its most exciting action in recent years erupt as the likes of Marc Marquez dukes it out with veterans such as Valentino Rossi. By the by, my father, who is a die-hard Valentino Rossi fan, saw me playing this game, and when he noticed I was playing as Marc Marquez, he disowned me on the spot. I need a new father. So anyway, MotoGP 19 is a feeling that can only be appreciated by strapping yourself into a motorcycle or by watching the sport in person live right there. Or maybe better, maybe safer yet, playing a digital version of the Premier Motorcycle Racing League. Now last year's MotoGP 18, that was a solid game. It was a solid twist of the throttle. And when it left the starting block, it just failed to maintain that momentum in the long run. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was filled with plenty of activities. The switch to Unreal Engine 4 was a rough gear change, while the gameplay on offer felt, kind of monotonous and boring in the home stretch of the track. MotoGP 19 is a vast improvement on many of the issues that plagued last year's entry, but it's lacking that certain je ne sais quoi that motorcycle riders speak of when they go for a spin. It's a pity because foundationally, MotoGP 19 is stronger than ever before. Now, developer Milestone S.r.l, they have done an amazing job in keeping this ride stable, and even though it's locked to 30 frames per second, MotoGP 19 it still flies through corners with a layer of precision that makes each bike shine. Now, there's still some absolute naffness on display, like with the character models that look like they have come out of last gen, but otherwise, the elements that actually matter, the parts of the graphics that you are there for, like the tracks, the riders and their leather, and those gorgeous speed demon machines that they're on, now those things, oh my friends, they look fantastic. One of the other super huge, massive, big upgrades this year though, it isn't just in how MotoGP feels more challenging, it's how it feels naturally challenging. It feels naturally difficult to master. Milestone's been hyping up their new machine learning artificial intelligence for the sequel, which in theory is meant to give you opponents on the track who adapt to you on the fly. And it is fascinating stuff because the AI, it starts out, it barely knows how to ride a motorcycle at first. But then as the race goes on, as you go through each successive lap, they start to get smarter, they start to get trickier. It's like if Skynet was obsessed with wearing a number 46 t-shirt, that's what the MotoGP 19 AI would be. It is an absolutely brilliant piece of tech, this neural AI. And while it has the occasional brain fart moment, the majority of your time on the track in a race, it is spent there with the competition. It's boxing you in, it is anticipating your movement, it is in one word, cunning. And what does that mean in the long run? Well, I think simply that means that every race, it just feels more alive than ever before. It takes the monotony out of a race and it gives you this level of excitement, this spark of challenge that has been lacking in previous games. I'd say one of the other big new additions also takes the shape of a career mode that's just heftier than ever before. It's got a lot more optional paths for you. You can start out in Moto 2 if you want, you can go up to Moto 3 if you want, or you can just dig straight into MotoGP if you think you're confident enough to take on the likes of Marc Marquez and Valentino Rossi. I mean, I'm definitely not that confident because I've finished most of my races in dead freaking last position. But I'm getting there. I might actually, in 2-3 weeks time actually finish in second last position, hopefully. It also means new bikes, such as the smaller engines and the nippier performance on paper as you saddle up on the, I think it's the 765cc beasts that are in Moto 2 right now. I'd say my favorite part of the entire MotoGP 19 package though, is that it's this wonderful tour of motorcycle history that's on offer. It's this love letter to the past. It's the stunning highlight reel of like the very best MotoGP moments that you could ask for. I mean, there's a chance to say goodbye to Honda's Valentino Rossi during one of his most dominant races from 2003. Or you can play as Casey Stoner when he took on Dani Pedrosa at Catalunya. Or maybe you want to be there at the dawn of MotoGP when Wayne Rainey just had this magnificent waltz with a 500cc Yamaha that defined an era. It's a two-wheel tour down memory lane where MotoGP 19 shines. And it's this tribute to the sport that just, gives me a lot of joy. Which, I can't say the same of the actual handling characteristics of the bikes. It's really hard to justify this. It's really hard to stay objective in this review. But you know what? I'm biased as fuck, whatever. If you've ridden one bike in MotoGP 19, you have ridden them all. I mean, I've spent a good couple of hours with this game, and I genuinely cannot find or spot any difference between, say, a Moto2 bike or a MotoGP bike. There's like no subtle nuance to them. There's no diversity to what's on offer, and it robs the game of that spark of joy. Now, I'm sort of the opinion that last year's TT Isle of Man Ride the Edge is the definitive motorcycle game of recent memory. Every bike in there feels great. Every bike has a certain weight to it and its very own unique handling characteristic that makes some feel like beasts, others feel like agile or monkeys. MotoGP 19, it just doesn't have that, and it's a pity, because on paper, this is the definitive MotoGP 19 game. It's got a ton of modes. It's got an esports section set up to dominate for the next couple of years. Well, I suppose the next year as far as iterative sequels go. It has such a great career path. It has its love letter to history. Everything looks great and runs smoothly even if it's locked to 30 frames per second. But without that subtle handling, without bikes that actually feel different, it's not the best. It's not going to be the best by a long shot. Maybe the best MotoGP game, but not the best motorcycle game. And that's a pity. So overall, here's what I'd say about MotoGP 19. It is packed with features. It is more challenging than ever before thanks to its crafty new neural AI, and it is still a love letter to history. But while it is an amazingly complete package, it's just that one spark short of being a motorcycle legend. And that's it, guys. If you like what you saw, if you like what you heard, if you enjoyed seeing me being absolutely rubbish on this track, don't forget to leave a like and a subscribe. It would be super appreciated. Until next time, I'm Darren from Critical Hit.